And so after lots of deliberating and thinking, maybe a bit of procrastination as well, decided what to do with this ceiling, and it's looking like I'm going to rip it out. I'm going to pull it all out and build a new one instead of trying to sturdy up a pretty poorly constructed ceiling. It might have been okay at the time, but it has I mean, structurally, like this has happened here, for example. This is bulging out because the tiles are too short and don't sit under the beams. The beams themselves are rotten through. I'm kind of thinking some of these beams were reused as well from an old structure, so they probably already had woodworm damage when they were reused. Because these ones are brand new and they look different to these ones, so I don't think the materials were purchased new or, you know, sourced new. So yeah, I'm going to rip all this out, and well, yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, we got a big tarpaulin here covering loads of stuff to keep it dust free. This is all stuff that was in my bedroom. That's all covered, and here's a bunch of stuff that was in the kitchen, just piles of old cupboards and kitchen stuff. And in the kitchen we have no stuff anymore. The space is completely empty. So up the staircase we got a dust sheet here just to keep the nice new cupboards dust free, and then in here this room is cleared out too. It's actually quite echoey. So this is all cleared. The plan is to lift up these tiles, stash those in this room, and then bash the whole floor out. Ooh, busy morning. Pulled up about half the room, about half the tiles in the room, and what's under it is basically just sort of sandy rubble. All the like strength of the materials is pretty much gone, so it's just sort of crumbly rubble. But yeah, they've come up quite nicely. I've got a good stack here that are clean and came up clean, and then there's a bunch that came up with a load of this stuff stuck to the bottom of them, so I'm gonna have to take them outside. So that stuff is stuck to a bunch of the tiles. I'll have to take them outside and try and clean them up, because I'm going to reuse them. But yeah, I'm going to crack on and get the rest of this room untiled. Whew, okay, they're all gone. That half is done. Tiles removed. There's still a strip here. If you see here, this is the beam that I'm going to replace in the long run, and I may just be able to replace the beam without disturbing these tiles, but also I'm being a bit lazy because I've had enough of pulling up tiles. I got about 5 buckets here that still need filling with this rubble, and it looks like this is something they put down on top of the old tiles here. See here, you can see it's tiles, but these tiles were put in, they weren't put in level, so it looks like they've packed out the floor with just sand, dirt, which is stupid really because it adds weight but no strength. And it's also stupid because now it's my problem, and I need to put all of this stuff into buckets. Right, I've started taking out some of these tiles here. As you can see, exposed the rotten beams, and I've still got this side to do. Right, I've got all the tiles off, and I haven't yet cleared everything up, so I think that'll be next. And then I think I will end up taking this out, this strip that I left, because when I do that I'll be able to just hoist these beams out here, look. So these beams just tuck under at the moment.
in order to get them out as it is, I'd have to saw them all. And I don't really want to do that, so I think I'm just going to pull off these tiles, remaining tiles, whack out all that crap underneath the tiles, and then I'll just lift the beams up from here and drop them down below and then get them out of the house. Okay, I've pretty much cleared this room of rubble. I've got a little bit left there, and that's just because I ran out of buckets. They're all out the front. So that's all. That's basically 80. How many buckets are that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's about 20 buckets. Yeah, so this floor was covered in 20 buckets, and I've emptied the remaining 20 that were out there before. So all in all, yeah, this floor is about 40 buckets worth of rubble, which is just crazy how it expands. Anyway, I need to get these stubs, these beam stubs, taken out. So that's going to be the next job. So I got the beams out, and as you can see, there's a hole going through to outside now, which is annoying. So I was whacking them with the axe because all the beams had a nail going down through the top of them. So I had to split them with the axe, hitting them this way so that the beam would split on either side of the nail. And it worked, but I got a bit too vigorous with this one, and the beam sort of poked out. You know, when I gave it a big whack, it poked through, made a right mess on the wall. And yeah, now I've got a nice little window.
Parece que está un poquillo mejor, pero ha pasado unos días